boy Tipsy Japan back with another episode of ATAS across time and space, baby. Episode 45. We are in the building. Yo, it's good to be back. It's the first time in December. All right.
Yeah. True.
Getting decadent. All right. Got my boy over here from Cross Culture. The last time we were over there on episode 44. Y'all were listening in, y'all were commenting. Man, it was wild. Commenting. It was wild. All right. And he would like to give his thanks and his introduction to almost the last ATAS of the year. Almost. We almost there.
Wow.
Almost there. Almost there. Ace, hit him off, man. Let him know what's going on.
You already know it's your boy Ace of Cross Culture back on TPC side for number 45. We out here.
Yeah.
Don't try to forsake us like near the end of the year. Don't try to we gotta be with family. Bring your family in.
Bring your family in.
Oh, listen and tell us that we're crazy in the comments. These guys don't know what they're talking about.
Or, so crazy.
You know what? They actually, I agree with that. Whatever you got, drop it in the comments below, because anything that you guys say, it helps us, whether it be criticism or admonishment, helping us go forward. Please, I beg of you, drop it in the comments.
No lie. We really appreciate that. There's so many things. I mean, some of the things that have grown from the comments this year, I mean, looking back over 2022. All right. Looking back, some of the things that we've noticed, people told me about lighting. Got that. All right. You don't see the red, blue, and yellow up there. We got that.
Red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah. It gives it more dramatic effect. You see it's kind of like redness over here. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's some of it. I got red. I got some yellow over here. It said you need something interesting in the background. This is all of metropolitan Greater Tokyo. All right. That's what some folks said. They were just like, she's got a boring background. I mean, you got all kinds of things going on in the background over there in Cross Culture. What's going on in the set? What's going on in the set, man?
I mean, you got this sign here. I don't know how many people have actually seen it, but it says, "Stay prayed up and be blessed, Cross X Culture," because that is the big thing. We got Sonic over here in the cut. This is actually a birthday gift last year from one of my best friends, very best friends.
Wow.
And their daughter. So I appreciate that one. Stuff that. Look. We have
everything makes
Kareta.
A karuta. Yeah, I got a karuta right there too. I got a karuta, but this is
the one that you gave me.
Yeah.
When I was in Japan.
Wow.
I've yet to play it with Sophia. Even the rock, paper, scissors.
We should play around.
I got a no button.
Is that what that is?
Trying to come at me? Like no. That's it.
No. Wait,
you see that?
It all it said was no. Did it say something else?
Oh no. It goes through a cycle of
no means no.
Yeah. So it goes through a few different things. I mean, wow. I got my projects that I'm working on. I got my mouse pad. Joker. Oh yeah, little brickhead Joker. Yeah.
Oh, is that
from that guy together?
GameStop? Is that one of GameStop?
I mean, it's Lego. So I definitely have to put it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see the blocks in his feet now. Yeah.
Bricks. Yeah. I got Link up here. I got the Guardians of the Galaxy vinyl.
Wow.
Soundtrack that I got from my wife.
What?
Yeah, I got this from one of my cousins in Connecticut. Yeah. Because know that I'm a fan of the Batman. That's the mouse pad right there. Got the golden egg up there.
What's the golden egg for?
The golden egg was for the announcement of my son.
My son!
We finally got him to a month of life, so I feel like I can actually share that now. He's a month old as of yesterday.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
The 10th.
Yeah.
11/10. Ah, 11:10. Okay.
No, 11:09. Remember, you're in the future.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. This part of the world is already in 12:11. That's true. Okay, all right, but yeah, I mean, you're doing big things in your background right there. I might when I go over to cross culture next week. All right, let me know before we start if I should show you my other background because this is the intelligentsia background.
Look, I
It's a
prefer the
spectrum.
other background
Yeah,
on the other side of the table. Yeah, I prefer that
yeah,
one. I like that one. Yeah,
yeah. It's
that's
a
the one I
lot of
like.
stories. It's a lot of stories in there now. Like the whole top, it looks like just this gratitude, this place of gratitude. But everyone's saying
Mm.
thank you to me. but I'm thankful to them. Like when I look back, it's like, wow, all right. Like I've had a positive effect in people's lives and they've shown me thanks in words for that. And that's what you'll see up there next time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that side
All right.
next time. But yeah, so today, the name of our podcast, episode 45, Across Time and Space.
Hold on. Let me see your face. Let me see your face. We ain't got you on the screen.
You're right. I'm up here talking about my whole background. I ain't even showing my foreground. But I wanted to I want to start with a place of gratitude. That's a good like springboard forward into the conversation that we're gonna have.
Okay.
But yeah, the gratitude. There's all kinds of gratitude right here too. Right now, y'all been with me since hold on, land before time.
The days of old.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you something.
We need to have the what's
Because
it
you know
called
what?
music, the Jeopardy music right now.
Because you know what? Some of my listeners were saying, yeah, you need to work on your audio. And that's how I ended up with this microphone that we're talking on right now. That's how you hear me like so clearly. It's because people are saying, you know what, you on YouTube now. And there was once upon a time you could just do everything maybe from your little like phone somewhere over here, like a USB mic or something like that. Like,
Dang. I'm sorry.
I mean, no. It's not like their phones, the microphones have gotten better, but in the past they were kind of like tinny sounding, or you sound like you're in a can or something. It's like it wasn't gonna work. So what I did was I got some headphones. All right. No, did I get the headphones first or did I get the mic? I think I got the mic first. But then I couldn't hear the audio like straight into the mic. So I grabbed some headphones that are supposed to go with the Surface that I'm talking on right now. Microsoft Surface headphones. All right. These are them, but this is a bad representation of them.
Money.
Well, yes, they costed a whole lot of money, and they did this. All right, what is all of this? What is all of this? So the pads busted on me. They got busted up, and I had to switch out the pads. You can switch them out. It's not a big deal, right? You can switch these up. But the actual, like the whole thing by itself, it costs like $250 US. And when you're a podcast, you're a podcast coming up. It's like, YouTube dollars don't bring it in like that. It's like, all right, I'm gonna make it pay for itself. It's gonna take a while before it gets there. All right.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted my sound to sound, professional. I wanted to sound good. I need to hear what I sound like, and I feel a lot better actually when I hear my own, my own voice in my own ears. Like it does make me conscious of how I sound, and then I can play with that subconsciously. It gives you this weird confidence boost, and I'm sure you probably used to that because you got your whole audio background.
Well, actually, it's usually the opposite for me. Oddly enough, if I hear my own voice, I can't concentrate on what I'm saying. So, like sometimes when I'm speaking, I can hear like a small echo.
Yeah.
Coming from your side, I'm just like, hey, I got an echo. Like you please correct this.
That's a lag. That is a lag. If I lag and hear my voice after that, that will throw everything off. What I'm talking about is instant. So as soon as the words come out of my mouth, zero latency, right back in my ears. I'm just like, wow, this is this tickles, you know. So I really appreciate. Yeah, it tickles my subconscious. Like my voice is bigger. It's reaching out, and I really like that. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm saying but with all things related to technology, it doesn't always work. And this little situation with the pads, sadly, like this is the second time in 1 year that they ended up like this. And I was like, you know what? That plus this ghetto solution that I appreciate I appreciate my listeners just not even like getting on me about it. Ain't nobody get on me like that because they didn't notice it. Maybe I was keeping it at a distance. Maybe I was having internet problems too much. Hopefully, have an internet problem right now because I'm supposed to connect little man, to the system just in case. But I'm saying that now in case you got to take over. Look. This right here, like the whole headline strap busted on me.
Oh gosh.
So I just ripped it off and tied it down with some electrical tape and put some straps on the side, all right, and then put like a hairband on the top. So it, it closes, it keeps it together. But like you'll notice this if you look real closely. I'm just hanging out over here.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that was there. That was there for a good 2 months. Man. And then a blessing. And the blessing happened on December 1st. Came out of nowhere. And yeah, so basically what happened was in the United States, well, anyone who knows what these are, these are called the 3D Pulse, Sony 3D Pulse. Knows what these are. They're actually used for a certain system. And that certain system called the PlayStation 5. All right.
Okay.
The certain system called the PlayStation 5 was actually impossible to buy. Okay. It's story time. In Japan, you cannot get a PlayStation 5, even though they make them over here. That's what everybody in the States says. Oh, don't they make those there? Yeah, they make them here and they send them out.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Bruh, like making it in my backyard. No, you can't have one. They're for the Americans. Right?
Oh,
Are you serious? Are you serious? It was impossible to get a PlayStation 5. It was impossible to get a PlayStation 4. All right. That whole generation, I wanted to get back to my Grand Theft. Nah, man, I wanted to get around and riding around bikes with my crew. I wanted to play the Dragon Ball Z fighters over here. I wanted to get the Madden going and with my unks, right? Down there in Maryland. I hope you listen to this. All right. I hope you listening because then you can't run now. You better pass because you can't run. All right. I'm gonna say that right now. Bean. Call him up.
Oh God.
Call him up. I'm gonna call him up. All right. But there were so many times it's like I could see people engaging in, that fun time at home, with family, playing the games. And it's just like the only one I could play was the Switch. So me and you, like we've done a few rounds and a few good games,
Yeah.
But that was the only thing I could do with it. So what happened was, in Japan, the reason have you heard about that whole like basically like it's called Tenbai in Japan. I don't know what's called in the States, where someone will buy the thing, a bot will buy it on Amazon or buy it straight from this person, that person, whatever. Yeah. What is that? Does that happen there?
It's just bots. That's what we say. It's just
bots.
Somebody's programming the bots to buy them up so that they can resell them for 1.5 to 2 times the price. It's just bots.
Yes. Well, those bots got us out here, man. It's Autobots, and like it's crazy, man. Like you can't buy the system. So what they did to address the issue is to say, okay, at certain places, like if I go to Yodobashi Camera, which is a big electronics store, they'll say, okay, if you have a credit card with Yodobashi, then you can enter a raffle. If you win in the raffle, we'll let you buy the system on the credit card. Okay. So if you don't have a credit card with them, you're not going to do it. If you don't want to mess with your credit, then or you got bad credit, one or the other. Nah, it's not happening.
That's it.
Right. That's one. Another electronic store, Nojima. They said, all right, if you have a Nojima card, which is like a point card, and you have accumulated over 5,000 points, which means you've spent over 50,000 yen. As of September, then you can buy a PlayStation 5 from us. This is basically to prove that you're a real life person and you've been making real life purchases over the year.
Dang.
I have 4,000. I have 4,000. I'm like, bruh, I'll buy the system from you right now. Like, I'm a real person. Like, that's the point, right? No.
Yeah.
Nah. So I couldn't buy it from Nojima. The third option was to go to Amazon. Amazon said, all right, only one per person. And you're going to enter a raffle. All right, you'll enter a raffle. And if you're chosen, then you have to buy the system. You have to buy the item within 72 hours. So you need to have basically, 60,000 yen, $600 or so. Got to have $600 ready to be spent on buying the system when your number comes up. And if you don't notice your number came up, it's not
bad, so sad. Out of luck, Chuck.
Out of luck, Chuck, man. And it's just like my number never came up. It never came. Right? It was a whole year. All right. I waited from January 1st all the way to now. Nothing.
Oh, dang. It's gonna come up like next week. But...
Maybe it will. Maybe it will. I was like, I don't need you. I don't need you. In fact,
I don't even need that.
I don't even need that. But to be honest though, like if you buy it and then sell it for double the price, like you make your money, right?
Oh yeah, you making money. And plus it's just about the Christmas season.
Yeah, it is Christmas season.
Somebody's gonna be like, I need it. I don't care the price.
Right. Yeah, somebody will. Yeah. But I couldn't. I couldn't. I told you the 3 ways that I wanted to do it. And I didn't pray, oh God, please let me buy PlayStation 5. Please let me buy a PlayStation 5. I just got money to blow. I did not. All right. I didn't have it and it was out of my hands. So it's a testimony. So I said, okay. You know what? I'm satisfied. I am satisfied, with the Switch. I'm satisfied with my healthy gamer life. I'm not, involved in a whole AAA gaming embargo, all that madness where it's just like, man, these loot boxes, they're giving me stress, like I don't really want to play video games anymore. I didn't go through that, That's just, it was on the Switch. The games wasn't too expensive, but you get what you like, play with your friends. They're kind of older games, but you know what? I was playing San Andreas and I really liked it. San Andreas.
Oh, God.
You know what? My boy Black Tiger, he said, and he's not like Native American or anything. That's his nickname is Black Tiger.
Oh,
Black Tiger. BTR said that that's the most depressing thing I've ever heard. I was like,
look, I didn't want to say nothing. It was like, yo, if you was content playing San Andreas, mind you, of all of the ports,
come on,
the
CJ.
Switch is the worst. Like, yo, you was okay with that? Okay, all right, that's you, do you? Yo. But man, the Switch is the worst port. I'm just throwing that out there.
It was. It really was. Probably still is the worst port.
Oh yeah.
They did give it an upgrade. Because it was so bad, like things were just appearing in the background and all that. Yeah,
you can't upgrade. You can't upgrade the hardware. So
they did some magic. They'll make things appear that need to appear, and things that you don't need off screen. All right, get it out of there. Don't waste processing on that. So it did get better, and I did enjoy the game. But I was at a lower level of, I wasn't on the bleeding edge with everybody else for the whole PlayStation 4 generation. PlayStation 5, it seemed like the same thing was going to happen until one morning December 1st, as I'm
Mhm.
after teaching lessons, I go downstairs and I get this box. Like, yo, what is that? And it actually says on the box what it is, And I was just like, yo, and I went nuts. I literally lost it. It was just like Christmas again, And yeah, we got some beautiful beam footage of that scene that we're gonna play in just a moment. But I was so happy. Now the way that happened, though, you understand that in the States, it's not that you can buy a PlayStation anywhere, but if you're a Verizon customer, from what
Oh no, that's even
from what
worse.
I from what I understand, if you're a Verizon customer, then you can buy the system at one of 10 stores in the United States. Now,
Hmm.
two of those stores happen to be in Connecticut. And
Two
one
of
of
them.
those, yes, and
Oh,
one of those stores.
where are either one of those? Like, I want to know where both of those are, because
Oh, okay,
it's rare that Connecticut is put on the map for anything.
yeah, yeah. Well, somebody's friend. I don't want to put somebody's friend out there,
No, 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 no.
But
So I just need to know, like, as far as location. I'm not trying to say like, oh, who is the hookup or anything like that. I don't need a
but
PS5.
the hookup has to be at that location, right?
Well, no, no. I just want to know what cities they're in. Like, that's my
Uh,
interest. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm about to tell you in a. In fact, I'll share it in the VIP section after.
Oh, all right. I just
Um,
find it funny.
oh no, it's wild. It is wild. So this happened. Let me see if I
Hmm.
can do this. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that over here, and then I'll say like that.
Oh gosh.
Right. Okay. That's somebody. Oh. Yep. Yep. Hold on. Yeah. Right. And it was like that. It was like that. I gotta keep it moving so cats don't see me.
Uh,
Yo, and I was like, bruh, that sound says everything. All right. I was blown away. When I saw that in front of my house, I was just like, bruh, I am
that's
flabbergasted.
serious. That's serious.
So what happened was so Champ, whose name I won't say.
Oh yeah. Okay. Because I was wondering who. All right.
Yeah. Champ is a Verizon customer who lives
Oh
all the
dang.
way in Georgia. He lives all the way in Georgia. So these dudes actually, BTR and Champ, what they did was
Oh
came up with a
dang.
master plan. And
Thinking
like
of a master plan.
Champ came up from Georgia all the way to Connecticut in order to say, yeah,
Yeah.
I have a Verizon account. This is the number. Bung. Okay, you can buy the system. Bam, BTR got that. And then they, split the cost of the shipping in the system. And
Dang.
and I mean, I don't know. I can't. I don't know if I can share that online. But they put their picture on it. They signed and sealed it and delivered it. We're gonna see next week. We're gonna see next week.
Okay.
Actually, like when I show the gratitude side, the gratitude background. Yeah, I'm so thankful for the people that are around me to just work miracles, man, and work miracles in my life, sowing in my life, so that when those deeds germinate into actual full size like barley in my life, I can then go back and bless others. Like that's what we're looking for. And yeah, so that's what happened. um they actually contacted the wife and everything. Dudes was putting their names, like both our names on it. They put my name, my wife's name on it, so that I wouldn't just open it if I just happened to run into it.
Mm.
So I would be surprised. I was surprised, but at that moment. But when I saw on the box what it said, I was like, oh, okay, well, I know exactly what this is.
Hmm.
And yeah, that was real good. That was real good. So
Dang. That's
so I had
serious.
to go ahead and get the proper sound equipment to go with the system so that we could play this thing the right way. And I went and got a LAN cable, category 8.
Category. They're up to Cat 8 now?
They're up to cat 8,
What the heck? That's
40
probably using
gigabits.
Wi-Fi 6.
40
I thought they were
gigabits
only
per
at
second.
the 6. Dang.
Yeah, no. So the 6 is the one that I got plugged into this, and that's why everyone can hear me so clearly and straightforward. But yeah. Now, all of that being said,
All of
it
that.
has, yeah. All of that being said, like it's a Sunday for testimony. You understand? A lot of this stuff was pent up. I wanted to get out there to y'all last week and let you know that things have been amazing. It wasn't that I was sitting there on my PlayStation 5 and just enjoying it. There wasn't that. All right. It's going to be that when this cord arrives, like today, and Amazon might call during the session.
Oh,
But
dang.
yeah, it's gonna go down properly. Yeah. So I know, that does bring us to the end of the time. I know the name of today's episode is The Path Forward. And you're probably wondering, you guys in your seats, you're like, man, I listened to the next 30 minutes of this book. So what did y'all want to say about the next 30 minutes of the book? I know.
Oh,
How did it? No, I mean, like the 30 minutes, that 30 minutes hit me hard a week ago, but at this week, this actual week myself, I've been on the 7 steps. By Stephen Covey, this 7 steps, 7 principles of highly effective people. That has been hitting real hard. Why? Because I've been blessed with the opportunity to get on this like management route at work, and my boss was like, if you guys don't remember the 7 steps, you'll remember them all by next week. All right, because we're gonna go deep dive. And I did kind of go through them when I was at the end of university. Are you familiar with the book?
No, because we in my undergrad, we were going towards preaching and pastoring. So there's actually a book called The 12 Keys to Highly Effective Preaching or something of that nature. So that's the one that we did. Because it was more geared towards our major versus business.
Right.
So they kind of shifted us that way.
No, it's not even that. The 7 steps are necessarily a business thing. Like my dad, he's not a businessman, but he was saying like this is one of those things that's like a paradigm shift. It's a paradigm shift in the sense that it's going to help you to see things through a different lens for the rest of your life. And here's an example of a paradigm shift in the book. All right. Now I want you to I'm going to give it 3 seconds. This is a Japanese version of the book, by the way. All right. Yeah.
Please read it in English. Translate for me.
Well, I'm listening to the English audio over there on Scrib. That's because that's what we get down on. I'm listening to it, but then after I listen to one chapter, I go back and do it in Japanese. And now I'm chewing on the cud and letting it get in a little bit deeper. What do you see? All right, I'm going to show you all the picture, and this is copyrighted, but that's not the basis of the whole conversation. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this for the Stephen Covey Foundation. And it's not that they asked me to do it, but I'm gonna do this for you. 3.
Hold on. I can not really see it. Like you need to put your screen only. All right. Okay.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. What do you see?
Old woman with a little hood on.
A little hoodie on?
Well, not a hood, but maybe like a scarf, and then like maybe not a puffy jacket, but maybe a fur-lined jacket.
Yeah. You didn't see the young woman looking away into the distance? Are you sure?
Very. That's not what I saw.
She's like looking where my finger is.
Oh, sorry, I did not see that. Outline it.
She's looking where my finger is.
She's looking where your finger is, but I do not
This
see
is
it. I'm sorry.
this is her ear.
That's her ear.
Yeah, she's looking over here.
Nah. I'm
She's got a
sorry.
little face. She got a little face.
Little. Okay. 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 Once you said that, I sort of, but no, because that's supposed to be her ear. So now I don't see her eye. Am I looking at the back of her head? Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 I'm
Yeah,
looking at the back of her head. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is. I wanted everyone to experience a quick paradigm shift because this is an example of one. And
Hmm.
what this book is a paradigm shift. It'll make you see the world a bit differently in such a way that had you been able to see it that way all along, you would have lived life that much more effectively.
I
And
see.
yeah, it's like one of the classics. You know, there's a lot of good books out there, but a classic, they say, is one that changes the game in such a way that everything written after it has
Pales in
to like
comparison.
has to bow down and
Oh,
say,
okay.
well, as a matter of fact, like this that person right there did put me on. Like that writer, that person opened up my mind to make me able to see the things that I saw. And the things that I saw may have been different and great in their own regard. But had
Mm.
I not had my eyes open and had those scales removed, then I wouldn't have
Then
seen it.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's
And
one of those.
what you saying because that's the way that a lot of people, of course, look at the Bible, and
Mm,
that's something that shifts your paradigm in the sense
mhm.
that before it, you think that you're the bee's knees,
Yeah,
but then after it, you're like, dang, I was living my life crazy.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's good to have. I would even argue, don't stone me in the comments, but I even argue that it's better to have books that are not spiritual that are
Hmm.
shifting your paradigm
Hmm.
because first off, that's getting out there a whole lot more.
Hmm.
Um, and let's say that a Christian writer, is writing this but not overtly Christian.
I'm pretty sure he is.
He's getting the message out there in a way uh, that can be metabolized by the masses,
Hmm.
but not hitting everybody over the head with the Bible. And I feel like a lot of Christians need to hear that message. We don't need
Mm.
to hit people over the head with the Bible. My one of my favorite quotes is by Francis Assisi,
Oh, Saint
who
Francis.
Saint Francis
Yeah,
Hospital is named after. He says,
born by. Yeah.
"Preach the word always. When
Huh.
necessary, use words."
Preach the word always, and when necessary, use words. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yes.
Wow.
Live your life right, and somebody will take notice.
Yeah.
That's the paradigm
Wow.
shift right there because we think, oh, we got to talk about God. We need to proof text every single thing that we say. No,
Yeah.
live your life right, live your life differently, and somebody be like, what? There's something to this guy,
Yeah. Let me find out.
and then
Wow.
they say, hey, what's so different about you? That's when the words come in. You know what? I used to live my life just like you. Found out
Mm.
there was a better way. Boom. That's it. Well, you want to know the better way? Come, follow me, as I follow Christ. You know,
Follow,
that's it.
follow. Not even just talking. Come follow.
Come follow.
Sheesh. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, like with Stephen Covey, I say like that. Yeah, definitely the types of things that he's saying in there. Um, like you would get the impression that he is a person of faith, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's not like it's not a spiritual text by any stretch of the imagination. It's not you see he's not like attacking like our boy Harari over here. He's not
It's crazy.
he's not coming at anybody's throat like that. But like the seven principles that he lays out, the first three being on personal victories and the final three being on or the following three being on public victories. And then the final one being this constant state of, well, you know, I don't want to ruin it for you, but
I mean,
pretty good.
Yeah. Don't
Pretty
ruin
good.
it. Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
So it has been about like my path forward. That was the question here. Like why did the episode title end up as the path forward? The path forward, sometimes you have to take, you know, a step back, look, you know, and understand where you are in this world, and you know what blessings that you've been bestowed before you decide to take that next step, right? In my company, we call that the customer interaction cycle, which it starts off with receiving. The first two steps, receiving and understanding. Right?
Receiving and understanding.
So first one, receive what people are saying. Listen, right? Listen carefully. And then the second step, understand. So understanding may require you to ask questions to get that clarified. You know, is what you're saying that. You kind of paraphrase it even just to make sure that you've got it. Do I got where you're coming from? All right. Yes, you understand completely what's going on. Now that's my boss asked me, you know, what if you could summarize like the whole, you know, customer or the first two steps of the customer interaction cycle is like you got 2 ears to hear and 1 mouth to speak.
Yep.
Right.
You need to listen more than you speak.
I said, my mama said you got 2 ears to listen and 1 mouth to speak, right? No lie.
Gosh.
You've heard it before.
That's an old one. Yeah, that's an old one.
It is.
Yeah.
But it still reigns true, you know. Like it's important to like listen and make sure that you got it. That's 2 things. Listen on the left ear, make sure you got it on your right ear. Something right there. Listen twice as much. And then third, help. Then you're going to help. Okay. And the fourth step is to keep. And keep is more of a continuous cycle. So you're going to help the person, but then you're going to come back later at some, you know, maybe 24 hours later, maybe 48 hours later, maybe a week later, maybe a month later. You're going to keep the relationship going, right? With that person that you helped out. And that's how you interact with the customers. But it's also how I want to interact with our listeners. I want to understand what's going on. I want you guys to understand what's going on with us. All right. But one of the first steps in here, you know, actually goes back to a quote by someone else. He says, you know, seek first to be understood. No. Oh, hold on. Seek first to understand.
There you go. I was like, seek first to be understood. No, that's not how it goes.
Seek first to understand and then be understood.
Then to be understood, yes.
Right. Yeah. So
and that's oh my goodness. Hold on.
It feels biblical.
Yeah,
it does.
First.
Yeah.
Hold on. Because I want to make sure that I quote it correctly. I'm pretty sure it's in James, but I want to make sure.
Seek first to understand, then to be understood. That might be the
okay. James 1:19. Be quick to listen and slow to speak and slow to anger. Yeah, so it's kind of that same line of thinking. You know, listen first, you know, understand first.
Yes.
And then speak to be understood. And if everybody's doing that, then you'll be slow to anger because nobody's like, "Oh, you're not understanding me," you know?
Yeah. If you're actually doing it in that order,
you listen first, then you speak. Everybody will be slow to anger because everybody will be understood.
And it's not that I'm trying to give away chapters of the book, but that's like principle number 5. All right. So that's what I said. Like he cannot be like just like some atheist person like, oh, the Bible is BS, man. I ain't down with none of that. Come on now. He cannot be. he cannot be. Like
Right.
he's got his mind and his heart in the right place. But he wrote it in such a way that's so accessible to so many people. And it's translated into every language. Go get some of that. Go get some of that. Get yourself a pen and a pad and write it down.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like we hit that mark. Look, it's your boy TPC Japan. That's what it is. Ace, is there anything you want to say before we let these people have their piece?
Not very much. I mean, I feel like it was a good conversation, lots of testimony. I might have to share some of my testimonies next week because I'm feeling like fire set up in my bones right now. But just want to make sure you guys know to stay prayed up and be blessed. You already know.
Mm-hmm.
Stay prayed up and be blessed.
All right. Sounds good. Peace.